Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. So in this video we are talk about another smartphone documentary video. So in this video we are going to talk about the Samsung Galaxy S4. It's crazy to believe the Galaxy S4 is now 10 years old in 2023. So, without further ado, let's get into the video now. The Samsung Galaxy S4 was introduced on April 11, 2013. It was unveiled on stage at New York City. And the people were very impressed with the phone because it had a bigger screen at the time. This was a big hit for Samsung to introduce the Galaxy S4's new design. The Galaxy S4 was a premium flagship device for 2013. Even though the phone had a plastic backing on the back cover of the phone. I mean, a lot of Android phones at the time were made out of plastic. As you can see, the Galaxy S4 had a very strong market sharing on its first hit. Then the Samsung Galaxy S4 soon became the #1 best-selling smartphone of 2013. The Galaxy S4 was sold on 327 carriers in 155 countries around the world. Soon 2 months later, the Galaxy S4 sold about 20 million units worldwide. It was the fastest-growing smartphone in market share in 2013. A lot of people around the world wanted one because how cool the Galaxy S4's design looked for its time. By the end of 2013, the Samsung Galaxy S4 sold about 88 million units worldwide. And not only it was the best-selling smartphone of 2013, it was also the best-selling Android smartphone of all time. The Samsung Galaxy S4 had a 5-inch Super AMOLED display. With an OLED screen, the Galaxy S4's display resolution was 1080 by 1920 pixels per inch. The Galaxy S4 had a pixel density of 441 pixels per inches. And it had Gorilla Glass 3 on the front screen, and it had 60 Hz. The screen is still good looking even in 2023. This screen is so good and it's still modern to this day. Fun fact: the Galaxy S4 has a better screen than the 2022 iPhone SE. You may be wondering, like, how is that possible? Like, that's a 1-year-old iPhone, and that's a 10-year-old Samsung phone. It's just Samsung was way ahead of their time in display technology. The Galaxy S4 had a user-removable back and battery. The battery had a 2600 mAh battery cell. The phone had 4 hours of battery life in day-to-day use. Alright, now let's talk about its cameras. The Samsung Galaxy S4 had a 13-megapixel back camera and a 2-megapixel selfie camera on the front. The cameras in 2023, even though the photo quality is okay in 2023. But back in 2013, this was the best smartphone camera of all time. This was way better in its time. Other smartphone cameras such as the HTC One, iPhone 5s and the Google Nexus 5 were also good back in 2013. But Samsung always had cool photography with its other brother, the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. And the phone's video camera can record 1080p video up to 30 frames per second. The phone did not have 4K video recording, but the Samsung Galaxy Note 3 had 4K video recording. And it was the first smartphone to have 4K video, not the Galaxy S4. And the Galaxy S4 had 2-megapixel selfie camera on the front. Even though in 2023 it's not good anymore, but at least it will do the job done. The Samsung Galaxy S4 had 2 different processors for different models on every Galaxy S4s. One had a quad-core Snapdragon 600 processor, and the other was a Samsung Exynos 5 octa-core processor. The Galaxy S4 had different model numbers. For the international models, the A9-500 was the octa-core processor, where a 9505 model had a quad-core processor. The A9-500 had no for GLT. But the A9505 and the Snapdragon models of the Galaxy S4 has for GLT. The Galaxy S4 had 3 different storage options it came with: 16, 32, and 60 for gigabytes of storage. You can have 128 gigabytes microSD card slot to expand the memory. And not only that, the back cover can be removed. You can change the battery, change the SIM card, change the microSD card slot. The Galaxy S4 shipped with Android 4.3 Jelly Bean. It was later supported all the way to Android 4.4 KitKat, and it retired on Android 5.0 Lollipop. The Galaxy S4 on Android 5.0 Lollipop is very limited. You can't download the latest apps from the Play Store. But the Galaxy S4 had new software features. The Galaxy S4 had this one feature in its camera, which is dual camera. The person taking the picture or recording a video can also be placed in either of them. It also works during video calls. It even had sound and shot. It records audio while taking pictures and pair the resulting files. Drama shot, take 100 shots in a few seconds and automatically create a collage of images. It even had magic eraser. Take multiple shots to erase background elements that shouldn't appear in the final photos. That's the same feature that the Google Pixel phones have, and what today's flagship Samsung phones have today in 2023. Well, note that feature was there for 10 years ago. That was on the Galaxy S4 and Galaxy Note 3. They both had this feature first. And sooner or later a lot of Android companies started to follow that, such as Samsung and Google and a lot of Android makers. AirView preview an image just by hovering a finger on top of it. Story album, create photo albums on the phone, and even send them in physical form. $10 to $30 for 10-page album. Adapt display, the screen automatically adapts based on viewing conditions and the actual content to offer a better performance. Air gesture, control the phone without actually touching it, and the sensors can understand the human hand from its viewing. Smart Scroll, slightly tilt the device to scroll through pages. It uses the phone's front-facing camera to understand the movement of the person's head. But it was only on the stock Samsung browser app. You couldn't do it on Google or neither on Chrome. Smart Pause, pause playback when looking away from the screen. S-Translator, translate between 9 supported languages. English US, English UK, French, German, Italian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Brazilian, Portuguese. Italian. The feature includes voice-to-text and text-to-voice support, and it's able to perform translatio NS of image contents. It works both offline and online, but it was very limited. You couldn't do more languages for translation. S-Health, manage your fitness exercises by pairing the smartphone with additional accessories including the S-Band, body scale or a heart rate monitor. IR sensor, control your TV with the smartphone. Group Play, simultaneously play the same track on up to 8 devices, and even create a 5.1 surround system. Support for multiplayer games is also included. If you still have the Galaxy S4 rocking around in 2023, there is one updated version of Android that should make the Galaxy S4 more up-to-date. Which I'm talking about is Android 12. This is an unofficial custom ROM. This ROM is made by the JDC team. This ROM is super stable, there are no bugs. Everything runs smoothly as your daily driver, even though now we are on Android 13 and 14. But Android 12 is not obsolete in 2023. It's still more updated even in 2023 standards. The Galaxy S4 runs so much smoother on Android 12 than Android 5.0 Lollipop, that is Samsung's TouchWiz theme OS. Android 5 is so super slow and outdated. Android 12 helps the Galaxy S4 start new life. But this ROM is only available for the Snapdragon models only. This will not work with an Exynos model, but I'm very impressed how well this software can run on this 10-year-old hardware. It's amazing that the legacy for this phone lives on in 2023, which is mind-blowing. Everything works like Google Play services work really well in 2023 on this 32-bit phone. And all the apps will be more updated, such as social media and other apps you usually normally do for the basics. In conclusion, is it worth buying the Samsung Galaxy S4 in 2023? The answer is yes and a no. The answer is yes, that it can run on the latest version of Android. which is Android 12 without any issues, and it can use well as your daily driver? And the answer is no, because of the cameras you will be worrying about. And also the performance on gaming will be a huddle too. But you can find one on eBay for price at $60 or $100 in good condition. But hey, the choice and the option are yours. So that wraps up for today. Did any of you guys own the Galaxy S4? If you did, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll try my best to read them. So please share this video with your friends and like this video. And subscribe to my channel for more documentary videos just like this. Alright, I'll see you in the next video.